Reason number 5, you should be using Listing Booster. It's like holding every house with every agent that you're working with open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you think you might get leads off of that, of people who are looking at buying houses? The answer is emphatically yes. And oh, by the way, you're doing a big solid for the real estate agents you're working with. Click this banner right over there and talk with us about it. We want to share it with you. Okay, so as of late, I've been watching Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon because I'm an insomniac.
I'm sorry, fellas. I haven't had too much sleep lately.
You know what I discovered? I don't know 70% of their guests. Now, if you were to put on like Dave Letterman years ago or Jay Leno, I'd know them all. Hell, I could probably tell you everybody that was on Johnny. Same thing with music, even TV, really. Now, the point is, I like old things. It's comfortable. It fits.
Loose skin and old balls. Gross.
That's why we were so happy to hear that New Residential Mortgage Loan Trust just brought a new securitization back to the market that includes subprime and alt-A mortgages. Can you believe it? It's really happening. But wait, it gets better.
Oh, that's a blast from the past now, isn't it? But it does get better, my friends, because Moody's, they rated them AAA, just like they did 10 years ago with all of our wonderful subprime loans. It's great. I love it. Put Johnny Carson back on TV featuring Dolly Parton, get me a TV dinner and a Schlitz, and let me just sit in my lazy boy and smoke my cigarettes while smiling and tipping my ashes into my beanbag ashtray. Because all this stuff with subprime securitization, well, it's old, familiar, and makes me feel happy. It fits.
That's what she said.
Now, before you get your panties in a pinch, the subprime loans we're talking about, check it out. These are all pre-crisis loans, okay? They're the old ones. But they're all performing with a weighted average seasoning of 150 months, and only 25% have been modified, but they're all current.
So it's not like anybody's going out there right now and writing a bunch of crap subprime loans and securitizing them. These are still legacy ones and they're still performing, so don't worry about it. But I gotta tell you, it still makes you wonder. It's kind of like, I don't know, when your kids test their boundaries with you. If you let it go, they're just gonna push harder the next time. It's a what can I get away with before I get slapped approach to securitization. Oh, one more thing. They're averaging 60.7 loan to value and an average updated FICO of 697. And as we've all learned, those type of scores, they never get foreclosed on.
Did you guys see this? Guaranteed Rate got busted and sued for $25 million. I guarantee it.
So what do they do and why are we telling you? Well, here it goes.
Corporate espionage.
Allegedly.
Now that sounds bad.
Check it out. A Benjamin Anderson left Mount Olympus Mortgage to work for Guaranteed Rate. He and another guy, Brian Decker, were accused of stealing loan files, borrower information, and other proprietary data. The idea was to bring that biz with them over to Guaranteed Rate. Problem is, you can't do that. That's not allowed.
Yeah, Frank, but the bigger problem is, it's alleged that Guaranteed Rate, they encourage them. I hear a quote coming.
You heard a quote coming, and here it is, Brian. Anderson was the perfect infiltrator. Anderson would continue to masquerade in his role as a mortgage banker for Mount Olympus Mortgage Company, while simultaneously unlawfully downloading gigabytes of proprietary and confidential borrower information, as well as other confidential information from Mount Olympus Mortgage Company servers and diverting such information to Guaranteed Rate. And you go, well, it sounds kind of bad when you say it that way.
Well, it sounds kind of bad when you put it that way. You know, we actually talked about this before. I want you to think about this. If you know anything about computers, they're downloading information from people, allegedly. Gigabytes! Do you know how many full HD movies you can download onto 1 gigabyte? Imagine how much borrower information you can get on gigabytes. It's pretty astronomical, again, allegedly. And guess what? Guarantee Rate disagrees with the verdict and will surely appeal this whole thing. But here's the thing. Me and Frank, we know of a story in the same markets where the same thing happened with other lenders, almost to a T. While reading this, we could have put two different mortgage companies in place of Olympus and Guarantee Rate, and it would have been the exact same thing. Except for the other bad lender, it involves some super hot chick loan officer. I can't remember her name or the company. Well, yeah, I can. I just don't want to get sued.
Anyways, the moral to the story is, if you're recruiting or you're being recruited, that's all good and fine. Just make sure you don't give in to temptation to take what should not be taken, because it could cost you more in the long run. And understand, jilted lovers are always looking for payback.
That motorcycle you got,
Yeah.
what does it tack out at?
You mean the RPMs?
Yeah,
I think it was 14,000.
14,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
That's crazy because
Very fast.
my car, it tacks out like 4,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
okay.
That's it. Anyway, you know what the thing with this story though is I gotta believe I'm a loan originator, and as I'm getting all my clients in and I'm doing deals for my clients, if I keep in an address book my client's name and address and phone number, email in an address book, and then I change companies, I could certainly go to my address book and give my people a call and say, hey, I've changed companies. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's when you're actually downloading gigabytes of data off of Point or
Off of somebody else's server.
Encompass, yeah, you're asking for trouble. And keep in mind, those two loan guys, they got fined, in the millions, I think. They're paying the price too, not just Guaranteed Rate. So it's a really bad deal.
Yeah, this story is not over.
Yeah, it's not. Well, anyway, give us your thoughts on today's show down below. Have a great day. Forward, share, and subscribe for free. Don't forget about Listing Booster. We'll catch you tomorrow at the National Real Estate Post.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.